Morning. I'd like to welcome you to the Tuesday, January 9th meeting of the St. Joseph County Board of Commissioners. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. First item on the agenda is the accounts payable docket. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is appointment to the Area Plan Commission, Eugene Matzat. We've received, we'll have to open for nominations, but we've received a letter from the Area Plan, Abby Wiles, recommending Eugene Matzat be approved. So I'll make a motion that we consider his appointment.
So moved.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
I vote aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is approval of the settlement agreement and mutual release for Steve Slauson.
This is a settlement agreement, but basically it's cleaning up accrued overtime from years past. Mr. Slauson brought it to our attention that it needed to be fixed now that he is a exempt employee as opposed to non-exempt. So this cleans that up, and it actually comes out of the parks budget from last year. It was encumbered, so it's all covered by the parks budget.
Yeah, just a quick comment on that. I think once we clear our plate of a lot of other things, we need to look at the way we have comp time and all that down the road for all of our employees, so this kind of stuff doesn't happen, so.
Our employees have accrued quite a bit of comp time, and others, we need to take a look at that.
Prior to us being commissioners, I'd like
Yes.
to add that caveat. Thank you.
There being no other questions on the settlement agreement, do we have a motion?
Move for approval.
Second?
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Vote aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is ratification of the stop-loss insurance coverage for 2024. This is a standard stop-loss that we've had in the past. Had to be set on the 1st, and forgot that you were going to speak about it.
Oh, you're
Because it was a
welcome to.
ratification. I wasn't,
Yep, nope, you're welcome to.
thank you for coming.
Yep, so Bree Roberts, Director of Procurement, 7th floor of this building. As you mentioned, this is stop-loss coverage back to the first of the year. This is coverage above and beyond our, obviously, regular coverage. Want to make sure that in the cases of large claims that the county is covered for those.
No questions.
No questions? Do we have a motion to approve the stop-loss insurance, ratify the stop-loss insurance coverage?
So moved.
I'll second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is approval of the Integra Document Destruction Service Agreement for 24-25.
Thank you. So Integra has been partnering with the county for a number of years for this service. This is both document destruction and paper recycling. The shredding events that we hold, all the paper from this building is rolled into this pricing. We don't spend a lot with this vendor over the course of the year. I want to say it's less than $15,000 annually. They do a good job of not increasing our prices exponentially. I do feel like these prices are reasonable based on the last number of years' costs, and procurement is in favor of this item and requests your approval.
No
Do you
questions.
have questions? There being no questions, do we have a motion to approve the service agreement with Integra Document Destruction?
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Next is approval of a consultant agreement with Kara Aldifer. Good opportunity to note that our executive assistant resigned recently, and we have a new executive assistant, Jane Schlichter. So welcome, Jane. Glad to have you on board. And because of the fact that Kara has a position with the auditor's office, we need to have her assist in the transition during off periods. So this would be a separate contract to provide Kara with payment for that time. It would be done as a contract.
No, I agree.
Questions?
She's a very valuable employee and has helped us out tremendously when she was here and then through transition of the people coming in, so you get some great training. She's very knowledgeable on everything that she does. So again, we're very lucky that she's here and wants to help out.
Great.
Otherwise, we'd have to ask one of our EMA guys to come in, and that would be a disaster,
But the
so.
door is always open, so.
Okay, all right.
Do we have a motion to approve the consultant agreement?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is from Human Resources, the approval of the MetLife Performance Guarantee Agreement.
Hi, Courtney Mullins, 7th floor of the County City Building. This is our performance guarantee agreement with MetLife, who does all of our life insurance. And this contract basically outlines what they're going to do in servicing us, timeframes, things like that. And it also includes the will and estate resolution policy, because at no cost to our employees, they will provide will services agreements. Any questions?
This is a new, we changed to MetLife, if I'm,
Partially. So
Partially.
MetLife has already been providing us the will and estate portion through MetLaw. And then they were doing certain insurances for us. We've now transitioned fully from NABCO to MetLife. So the life insurance piece is now with MetLife as well, and it was previously with North American Benefits Company.
No questions.
there being no questions, do we have a motion to approve the MetLife Performance Guarantee Agreement?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, infrastructure planning and growth. First item is the consent agenda. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is approval of the settlement release and access agreement, another one for Judy Creek.
Good morning, Sky Meadows Department of Infrastructure Planning and Growth. Offices on the 7th and 11th floor. Like you said, this is another of the settlement agreements that has come in for the Judy Creek Estates chloride issue. After this one is approved, there are 2 more outstanding. One of them has actually come in, so once we get that approved, we'll have 1 more outstanding, and that should take care of everything. We've reviewed this and request your approval.
No changes?
No, sir.
Similar, same thing that we approved previously for the other homeowners.
Correct, yes.
Any questions, Commissioner Dieter?
No.
If not, do we have a motion to approve the settlement release access agreement?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Thank
Motion
you.
carries.
Thank you.
Any issues with plowing today or last night? None that I've heard of. Okay, thank you.
And all the light posts at Fur Road are still there at the roundabout.
Next for the recorder, a consent agenda. This is more Laredo agreements.
Yep.
Here comes Commissioner. Any question on that?
None whatsoever.
You already started this meeting?
We had to, it was 10 o'clock.
No, you didn't. You should have waited for me. Ridiculous. As always.
Is there a motion?
We have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'm seconding that.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is the Circuit Court approval to apply for a grant through the Indiana Supreme Court for Innovative Technology.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Emily Stuke, Circuit Court Administrator, offices on the 2nd floor of Courthouse 1. Apparently, I did this backwards, and I do apologize for that. We've actually already applied for the grant, and we did hear back that they did approve it and are wanting to fund it. what this grant would do is provide us with digital displays in courthouses 1, 2, 3, and the Mishawaka Annex building. It's kind of like the airport display signs where it has the litigants' names, it has the courtroom number, and then the time of the hearing. It helps direct the flow of the hearings. It helps reduce lines at security because the officers have to go through each calendar for each judge each morning. So again, I apologize for already applying, but we did apply. I am asking if we can apply retroactively.
I had the pleasure of seeing you yesterday
Yes.
on another matter. I understand that the previous grant is still being implemented. Is
Are you talking
that
about the interpreter grant?
the interpreter grant? Yeah.
That is Superior Court. She has all of the information on that. But we did work with Superior Court on this grant as well because it does affect both
All of
of,
them.
yeah, our courts.
Any questions on the grant?
Negative.
There being none, do we have a motion to approve retroactively, the grant application through the Indiana Supreme Court for innovative technology?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you
Aye.
vote? Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, our Purdue Extension Service. And actually, there's really two parts to this. If I'm correct, you're
Correct.
going to
Yep.
fill us in a little bit as we asked previously, and we're going to
Yes.
talk about the travel mileage request.
Correct. And if I have permission, I can come up and give you guys some. Okay, perfect.
Thank you so much.
Oops, you're dropping one.
Oh, I appreciate what you, oh, is this
Oh, this is, yep, that's for you too.
both these?
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
That's okay.
Don't need it.
We'll share it.
Let me review this real quick.
Brittany Gendron, Purdue Extension Director for St. Joseph County. Office is on the second floor in the law building, so right across the street, but still technically attached as a county facility. So I am here to present a couple things to you today. The first, which is on the docket, is the approval of our travel mileage request for 2024. So Purdue Extension, in all of its beauty, does things 92 different ways. So in our county, we have requested, and you guys have approved the budget for this, so thank you for that. But we request to directly bill the county for mileage as opposed to going through the insane process of utilizing our Purdue site of Concur. And what this mileage does is it provides educational opportunities for the county and your residents, but it also enables your educators to go and get additional training and funding to bring back resources to the county. So every mile traveled is directly tied to a resource or educational opportunity or programming for residents of St. Joseph County. So I'm just requesting that you sign this document so that we can continue to provide these services to St. Joseph County.
Brittany, the dollars for this is already in your budget?
Yep, this is all already in the budget. It is travel line 1217, already approved. I believe we requested utilizing $13,000 for this for the year for 4 educators. Plus, we have some educators who come in from other counties who have areas of expertise that we don't. So if we don't know how to do it best, we bring in experts to do it for our county. So that also helps to fund their travel as well.
Any questions?
Do you guys use county cars?
No, we use our own vehicles.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Negative.
There hearing none, do we have approval of the travel mileage request for 2024?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Dieter,
Aye.
how do you vote? Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you
Aye.
vote? Motion carries.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. I also understand that you guys would like to hear a little bit about extension and what we've offered for you guys in this county the past year. So we do have,
Before you go on, let me just ask did we formally table the extension request last week? We did go ahead and do it? Okay.
Yes.
Just want to make sure it was approved. Yep.
Approved.
Sorry.
No
Please
problem.
continue.
And I will need a signed copy of those contractual services. So if one of you wants to put a pretty John Hancock on that, I'll take that back to Purdue Extension. But as far as extension services in the county, so you got this contractual services agreement that St. Joseph County has signed with Purdue Extension is that it's more of like a formal agreement to outlining the resources that we offer. So it's a lot of jargon, but I would like to humanize some of that so that you guys can really see and understand the impact that this agreement has on the county and the benefit that you're providing in signing this. So Purdue Extension has a number of different program areas that we operate under. 4-H youth development, agriculture and natural resources, and health and human sciences are the program areas that are offered in this county. We also have some community development that is remotely offered to this county as well. In 4-H youth development in this past year, we had trained and supported over 250 volunteers that helped deliver positive youth development programming to our youth. And so that ranged from education on beef to teaching kids how to sew, cook, build model rockets. We also have an active electric group where youth are learning basic skills, and then hopefully a lot of them would like to apply that to trade school in the future. So ultimately, these 250 volunteers that we support then support over 1,000 youth in the county with positive youth development opportunities. 4-H strives to be the premier county-based youth development program in the state of Indiana, and I think I'm biased, but I think we're doing a pretty good job of that. We also seek out additional grant funding to support programs in this county. We have grant funding to support Junior Master Gardeners, which is a partnership between A&R and 4-H, and so youth are going to learn basic gardening skills that they can then utilize at home, or if they decide to become members of the agricultural community, they can take that with them in the future. We also have Juntos, which is a $300,000 plus grant that I am a part of and will be delivering program here. And that is a college and career readiness program for youth in 6th through 12th grade, and it helps them get set up for success for education beyond K to 12. We also, in our A&R division, have a number of master gardeners who go through training and then provide educational opportunities year-round, year after year, to maintain their master gardener status, but also offer education and support to urban gardens, places such as Potawatomi Park, Mishawaka Parks, and another of other educational facilities. They are part of a Health First grant that they just received from the county, so thank you. They also do PARP training, so that's pesticide application, what's the RP? Recertification program. Our A&R educator is here, thank you. And so that education is for our farmers and other agricultural people in the community, and so they keep up to date with best practices on pesticide application, and so that keeps your crops and your field safe. So these are a number of different programs that we offer, and it's just 4 of us, so you're getting a lot of bang for your $128,000 buck. And then with HHS, we are partnered with iHope and Health First and offer family and consumer science, nutrition education, and financial resource educational opportunities. So that is a brief way to summarize what we do. It's the tip of the iceberg. You guys all received an invite to our annual meeting where we'll have more detailed statistics on number of youth served, number of adults served, pounds of produce produced for underserved individuals. So I encourage you to come. The food will be delicious, the entertainment will be on point, and you'll get some more details there. But I'm happy to share with you our presentation afterwards, too.
I'm happy to hear from you. Thank you, because I appreciate so much all the things you've done for years and years and years. Yes, I love helping you, too. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we will look forward to the dinner later this month. Any other
No,
questions?
we're good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Last
Thank
year,
you.
you asked me some athletic statistics. Commissioner Dieter, and I couldn't answer, so I'm glad you had no questions on our basketball team or football this year because don't know. So
I'll get with you guys because I got some other stuff. We can do it another time.
awesome. My office is open. Come on over.
Is your door always open also?
Yeah.
Must
Unless
be
I'm trying to
conducive
work
the
on
building.
mine.
Must be the building. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Brittany. There being no old business, we
I
will,
have a quick old business. Brett Burkus got a hold of me Thursday at 11 a.m. at the Snyder Farms. IDEM is coming up to look at everything and explain, I guess, to Brett and some other people what's going on. I think a lawsuit has been filed, he said, against the city. And that's, I don't have the details on that. So Dan, 11 o'clock at the Snyder Farms on Thursday, item is coming up. That's it.
good. We will move on to public comments. Does anybody wish to offer one?
What, no Michigan jersey?
No, I couldn't find it.
Okay.
Morning, Commissioners. Dan Caruso, 305 Compton Street, New Carlisle. Thank you for all your work. I sent in a voice of the people several weeks ago after the action that this body took with the reappointment to the library board. It didn't get published, I don't think. So I just want to take this time to thank you for taking that action that evening, instead of putting it off for a few more days to take more applications. The room was full, doing the right thing, and keeping politics out of the middle of all this, and let the bodies do their work, and quit trying to work your agenda somebody's agenda into appointments to boards. We just had a similar situation last night at New Prairie. There were 6 books at the middle school there that were determined to be by some to be inappropriate, and a review of the books did actually pull one of the books out of the middle school and put it into the high school. It was deemed apparently inappropriate images in the book. But let the bodies do their work and quit trying to manipulate things. I appreciate you just kind of overruling that whole thing and saying, put him back on the board, he's doing a fine job, but let's let him continue to do his job. I do have a question about an item on the agenda today, the irrevocable letters of credit. There were 11 of them, and I was just curious as to, was that from a failure of the people who took out the letter of credit to do the work, and now there's going to be work done by somebody that this body decides, or somebody decides who will finish up the work in these 11 different subdivisions? And how is that all going to be worked out? Again, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in the room wish to offer a comment? If not, we'll move to those online. Quiet day, I don't see any hands up. If not, do we have a motion to recess?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you
Aye.
vote? Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye. Thank you.
We'll be up there.
Recording stopped.